Hey guys, happy Advent. It's the first week of Advent. I hope you all had a great Thanksgiving. And now we focus on Christmas. We start preparing for Christmas. And it's a beautiful time of year spiritually, but it's also a really stressful time of year. A lot of anxiety goes into this season, all right, as the days get shorter and more stuff to do. It's really tough for a lot of people. So what I'd like to do is focus on a great way to prepare, and it's what I like the best, which is the rosary. All right, just focusing on the mysteries of the rosary can be really, really powerful. Now, the rosary, of course, is a spiritual weapon and a spiritual prayer, and it is a weapon, I assure you, but it's also a great tool for emotional healing. And I think that's really, really important to consider. So when we meditate on the mysteries of the rosary, God gives us graces, and we're able to kind of really ponder, what does this mean in my life? So I'd like to focus this week on the first mystery of the rosary, which is the Annunciation, that the angel was sent by God to Mary to announce the good news that she would become the mother of Jesus. Now, she was perplexed and troubled at first, and then she asked, well, how's this going to be? Because she obviously had a vow of virginity, or she would have just assumed when she got married to Joseph, they'd have a baby, he'd be the Messiah. So she knew that that wasn't the way it was going to come about. But she just inquired, and it's okay for us to ask God, how am I supposed to do this? What are you asking of me, and how am I supposed to make it work? That's okay to ask, but we need to say yes. We need to just say, as Mary did, behold the handmaid of the Lord, be it done unto me according to thy word. She didn't have all the answers. She didn't know how everything was going to pan out or how she was going to handle even telling Joseph this news that was going to be very upsetting for him. But she said yes. And if we think, God had the perfect plan from all eternity. He knew exactly what he was going to do. If you go back to the book of Genesis, it says that God would put enmity between him, the devil, and the woman, Mary, who would bring about the Messiah. And how did she bring him about? Through her humility, right? So another thing that we need to pray for in this mystery is that gift of humility. But it says in Galatians 4:4, that in the fullness of time, God sent his son, born of woman and born under the law. So what does that mean for you and me, the fullness of time? Clearly, God had a plan, and there were things that needed to be fulfilled, and the timing had to be perfect when he sent the Messiah in to save the world, to save you and me. Don't you think he has a plan in your life also, and perfect timing for that plan? Sometimes God says a definitive no to our plans or prayers because they're really not good for us. But more often than not, if it's a prayer that we've had in our heart for a very long time, the answer may not be no, but it might be slow. It might be that we have to wait on that prayer, and we need to persist in that prayer. So when we think about the fullness of time, God might have other things he needs to accomplish, things that maybe need to change in me or in the other people that are involved in whatever it is I'm praying for. So I think that's a great thing for us to ponder as we start this season of Advent and as we're leading up to Christmas. What is God's plan for me? To really be able to listen, Lord, what are you calling me to? And to trust, and I think that's the key to everything, anxiety especially, when we can learn how to trust, we have a whole lot less anxiety, a lot less stress in our life. But we need to make that time to pray and to meditate and to really enter into those mysteries. So as we go toward Christmas, pray for that gift of trust. Pray for that ability and the grace to say yes to God, as Mary did. And watch what happens. Be excited about it. There's some great things God has in store for you. So as we prepare for Christmas, I know it's stressful for many of you. I'd invite you to download my free report, Navigating Family Stress During the Holidays, because it can be a problem. And I will be back next week to talk about the second mystery of the Rosary, the Visitation of Mary. So God bless you. Have a beautiful Advent.